Welcome to One Cup on Day. Folks, I just want to say thank you to those of you who think that I have got lost or something and who've been asking me where I am. But I'm back. I was away on a retreat. What it was I was retreating from, I don't know, but I was away on a retreat. And then as a result, I have been trying to catch up. So I am very excited though, because at the start of this new year, as I was working my way through John's Gospel, something really hit me. But to add to that, though, it's been taking a little bit of time to explore this in my mind. And here's the thing. I was at a family function and they got round to conversing about pruning fruit trees. How the conversation got there, I don't know. But anyway, I was at the table listening into this conversation. And my father, very wise man when it comes to all these sort of things, went and said that the reason that you go and prune a fruit tree is to let the light out. Now that got me thinking. And so he explained that you move from the heart of the tree outwards. And that's why most fruit trees are shaped almost in a bowl-like fashion, especially the apple tree. You know, that got me thinking. And then it ended up I was having a conversation with my good friend Martin, and he was speaking to me about wanting to be a light. And I stopped up and I said, whoa, hold up a second. Jesus goes and says, you are the light. But that got me thinking again. What is it about letting the light out? It isn't like what we do at our hedges. We cut them and trim them and bring them back in and we let the light into the inside of it. No, this is that we thin out the inside so that light can be let out. And so that got me thinking about pruning. And as I said, I was looking at John and chapter 15. Now, towards the latter end of this little bit of story, Jesus goes and says this, you did not choose me, but I chose you, and I chose you to bear fruit, fruit that will remain. That's what he goes and he says to his disciples. But at the very beginning, it says this, and this is what struck me in John 15, verses 1 and 2. And here you go. It says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it becomes even more fruitful. Do you hear that? Every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it become even more fruitful. Now, I have a number of apple trees. In fact, you have seen my apple trees before. I have some apple trees and pear tree and a plum tree or two. And the thing is that I have never pruned any of them. Never done a tap with them. And so in the light of this new knowledge, I decided to go and dig into what it is and how it is that one should prune the tree. And I discovered that where there are branches coming back across the tree, you need to remove them. And so I've been discovering lots of different things and how it is to make your tree more fruitful. But I'll tell you what this got me really thinking about. This got me thinking about my life. Is my life fruitful? Jesus said that he has chosen me to bear fruit, fruit that will remain. So I'm assuming that my life is fruitful. But then it goes and says here that the branch that is fruitful, he prunes so that it become even more fruitful. That got me thinking, am I someone who is willing to go and say, Lord, prune me, cut me back, so that my life will be more fruitful for you? And so I did something that maybe you consider a bit mad, a bit crazy. I went and prayed this prayer. Father in heaven, prune me so that my life will be more fruitful. To your glory and for the sake of your servant, Jesus Christ, in whose name I pray. Amen. So I'm expecting 2024 to possibly be a painful time. Pruning is not easy. That my life will be cut back, trimmed up, in such a way that I will be someone who will bear more fruit for him. Now, here's the challenge that I want to throw to you. Are you willing to do the same? I'll leave that thought with you. Thank you for joining me for this Uncut My Tale.